The battle for Delhi, the most prestigious battle in the semi-finals 2013. All the three contenders are going all out to woo the capital's voters, and every effort is being made to reach out to those who will cast their ballot. The Congress, the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party have released their manifestos. While the Congress promises inclusive growth and fast-paced development for the capital, its rivals are betting big on incumbency and lack of governance. The BJP, which released its manifesto today, promises welfare measures and curb in prices. The Aam Aadmi Party is also in the fray with a radical anti-corruption agenda.
ये दिल्ली वाले सारे मन बना चुके हैं इस बार कि इस बार बीजेपी और कांग्रेस दोनों सत्ताधारी पार्टियों के ऊपर झाड़ू चलानी है। इस बार भ्रष्टाचार पे झाड़ू चलानी है। लोग ईमानदार पार्टी चाहते हैं, लोग ईमानदार व्यवस्था चाहते हैं। इस बार ईमानदार और सच्ची व्यवस्था मिलेगी लोगों को।
फ्लाईओवर्स हो, दिल्ली को और अच्छी ट्रांसपोर्ट मिले, दिल्ली की एजुकेशन और अच्छी हो, हेल्थ और अच्छी हो। वीमेन के लिए यह है लाडली की प्रोग्राम है। अब हम उसको और बढ़ा के उसकी ट्रेनिंग फर्दर कॉलेज के लिए काबिल लाडली का नाम एक दे रहे हैं। और उसके अलावा बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जिनकी बुनियाद डल चुकी है।
दिल्ली में कुशासन वाली भ्रष्ट सरकार को हटाकर दिल्ली में सुशासन वाली ईमानदार सरकार को स्थापित करना है। उसके लिए अभी 4 दिसंबर तक तो कैंपेन है और सारा दिमाग जो है या तो कैंपेन में है या फिर दिल्ली की बड़ी समस्याओं को कैसे समाधान करना है, कैसे लोगों के लिए बेहतर दिल्ली बनानी है, क्या क्या उनके लिए काम करने हैं, उसके लिए दुनिया की बेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी, बेस्ट आइडियाज कैसे लेकर आने हैं, सारा मेरा दिमाग इस बात में लगा है।
So come December 4th, who will Delhi pick? Well, there is the challenger, there is the incumbent, and of course the dark horse. We will debate the three manifestos. The BJP released theirs today over the course of the next half hour. Good evening, I'm Preeti Chaudhary. But to give our viewers a larger perspective on what are these three parties promising Delhiites, let's cut across. My colleague Pierre standing by getting us the very latest. It's over to you, Pierre.
Thanks, Preeti. Let's take a look at exactly what three parties have promised in their manifestos and some of the big issues. We start with electricity. The BJP has promised to cut bills by 30%. The Aam Aadmi has gone just a bit further and promised a 50% cut. The Congress says it will increase power supply, which in theory should make power cuts less frequent. Now, on the roads, Congress has promised Delhi more roads, a monorail service, as well as more flyovers, including double-decker flyovers. The Aam Aadmi has promised an expansion of Delhi's bus service and metro service. The BJP promises to focus on improving public transport, as well as making the city more bicycle-friendly. On water, the Aam Aadmi Party says it will not send bills to families that use less than 700 litres of water. The Congress promises more water treatment plants for the city, and the BJP promises a reduction in water bills. Rising prices have been a major complaint for all consumers across the country. In Delhi, the BJP says it will curb inflation within 30 days. That's a mistake over there on that graphic. The Aam Aadmi Party hasn't made any specific proposals on inflation except to say that they will tackle it. The Congress has blamed the country's poor economic condition for this. On corruption, this is the Aam Aadmi Party's #1 agenda. The party says it will enact a Lokpal bill for the capital within 15 days of coming to power. The BJP has promised more power to the existing Lokayukta, and the Congress has promised transparency via e-governance. Finally, women's safety. This is perhaps Delhi's most serious law and order problem. The Congress says it will empower the existing police force. The BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party have both promised special courts and a citizens' police force. Back to you, Preeti.
Well, appreciate you joining us, Pierre. There you have it. On what Pierre just pointed out, all three manifestos dream like please all manifestos. We'll be joined in a short while from now. Tehseen Poonawala, founder, youthforcongress.com, would be joining us from Pune. We're also going to be joined by Rahul Mehra, member Aam Aadmi Party. But I'd like to cut across at this point of time. In the studio with us is Dr. Shambit Patra from the BJP. We also have our National Affairs Editor, Javed Ansari. I'd like to cut across to Shambit first because it was the BJP who released their manifesto today morning. Shambit, it's a little unrealistic if you look at it. couple of points there. Your party promises to cut inflation in just the next 30 days. How are you going to do that? And if you have that magic potion, it's time you tell Mr. Chidambaram that.
Lots need to be told to Mr. Chidambaram, though, not just how to cut the prices of food items.
No,
but
that's
most
just one
important,
of
yes, lots will be told to him with due course of time. But most importantly, I believe the manifesto of BJP is first not unrealistic. It is very practical and it has a sense of freshness with it. It is not typically what the Congress manifesto is, an obituary to the old promises, and what the AAP party manifesto is. It almost has the same word, Jan Lokpal, for everything. But now coming to the point that you have put to me, I believe, let's be very categorical, 30 days will decrease the prices of 4 commodities, and the commodities being onion, tomatoes and other vegetables. And I believe that's possible, very possible, because if you remember one of the interviews of Sheila Dikshit, where she had been requesting the hoarders of Delhi, please don't hoard onion. I believe if we do not request the hoarders and if we crack down on the hoarders, then within 15 to 30 days we will be able to contain the price.
I get that. So we're going to come across to Javed first, our National Affairs Editor. We have Shambit there in the studio, but we're also joined by Tehseen Poonawala. I'm sure he wants to come in at this point of time. We're also joined by Rahul Mehra from the Aam Aadmi Party. But before I go to those two, I'd like to bring in our National Affairs Editor, Javed Ansari. Javed, you know, you've seen manifestos and manifestos been released. Latest with the BJP, a couple of days back, both the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party released their manifestos as well. Do you not reckon there is a certain sense of unrealism to it and the voter knows better?
But this is true of all political parties and all manifestos. They promise to build a bridge where there is not even nala. So, I mean, having established that, I'd like to ask my friend on my right. He says, you know, within 30 days, they'll set all this right, and there's lots to be told to Mr. Chidambaram. So why haven't they done it in the states that they've been ruling?
Well, that's a point. Let's bring in Tehseen Poonawala, joins us from Pune at this point of time, and also Rahul Mehra. I'd like to cut across to Rahul first. Rahul, your party has been quick to take on both the Congress and the BJP. Many say your party is pretty much a one-trick monkey. Save corruption, you really don't have anything else to ride on or to offer. Rahul, can you hear me?
Well, that's the misinformation campaign which is going on. But yes, the root cause, I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Rahul. Go ahead.
I think it's a delayed kind of a telecast and I can hear the echo, but I'll still go ahead. You know, we have a lot of things to offer. The first and the foremost is that, yes, we do believe that the ills of all these political parties is the lack of accountability and transparency. And we have the Lokpal to offer, where we make every politician, be it the Chief Minister, the ministers or the MLAs, accountable and give the power in the hands of the ordinary citizens to take them to task if they go wrong. Two, you know, manifestos have been created, not one but 71. And we have been doing this over the last 6 to 7 months by engaging ourselves with the people. And BJP is just, you know, they have actually given a lot of business to the photocopiers. All that they have done is they have photocopied everything that we had in our manifesto and just changed the heading by replacing Aam Aadmi Party with the Bharatiya Janata Party. So we are very happy that they are copying us, because obviously there is something right that we are doing. And they want to ensure that you know, they are not left in the lurch. But coming to the main agenda,
4 days old in the political scenario, and they are saying we are copying them. Hello, Rahul. I would say, going by the same scenario, that you have been copying the political parties, popping into politics. Please, this photocopy business is too small a business, I believe.
I wasn't interrupting. I expect decency. I expect decency
let him say
from
Rahul. We gave you
photocopies.
All right, Rahul, go ahead. Shambit, hold your peace, Shambit. You'll get to say it. Go ahead, Rahul.
So, you know, we are talking about you know, giving women security not in the air, but by ensuring that all street lights are there in places. You know, buses are properly lit up. Action is taken. We are also talking about water and electricity. You know, audits to be taken care of.
Rahul, let me bring in Tehseen as well. Let me bring in Tehseen as well. Tehseen, Rahul has raised pertinent point. Let's just talk about women's security. Your party and the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party both gave their manifestos a few days back, Tehseen, where the Congress is concerned, when you're even talking about women's safety, you're saying that you will empower the existing police. Now, I just want to go back to December last year, because it was the Chief Minister of Delhi who said that the police is not under her. She has absolutely no control. So, you know, what's this going on? Because you come back and you're making the same point now.
No. Couple of things. Let me answer this part of yours first before I take on Rahul Mehra and Sambit Patra. About the police force, yes, the Delhi government has made an appeal to the central government that the functional areas of the Delhi police be kept under the state government, except for security for the union ministers and the union government. That should be segregated. So that is lying with the central government. That the Delhi government has already appealed. Very important point that the Delhi government is speaking about security
put that in your
for
manifesto.
Women, and this is very important to understand. What Rahul Mehra says, Preeti, just give me a minute. Preeti, just let me explain something to you. It's very important your viewers understand. What Rahul Mehra is saying is you create a separate police force altogether, which I don't think the constitution will accept. What the Delhi government is saying is to train your current police force. Listen, whether you create a separate police force or you have the existing police force, the fact is the people are the same people from India, people which have a warped mentality. What is it that you require? You require training. You require to train these people into gender sensitivity. That is what's important, and that is what we need to focus on. Coming to what Sambit Patra says, I do believe, but just a minute, just give me a minute, Preeti, I never interrupted him. I will not take more than a minute. Preeti, I have not interrupted anybody. I will not take more than a minute. Preeti, I will not take more than a minute. This is very unfair. Preeti, this is very unfair. I will not take more than a minute.
Go ahead, say your piece, Sambit, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you for
coming to what Sambit Patra says, coming to just two quick points. Coming to what Rahul Mehra says about the Jan Lokpal, well, they were supposed to have an internal Lokpal within their own organization, which I had asked Arvind Kejriwal on headlines today. He was supposed to do it in 15 days. That hasn't happened. The rest of the promises are just promises to be meant. And
but Tehseen, that's what, you know, Sambit has a point there. So does the Aam Aadmi Party. Your party, the Congress was in power in Delhi, and you had an opportunity, the party had an opportunity to correct it. But there is a sense of unrealism where we are talking about the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party in their manifestos. Even if you just barely look at it, 50% cut in power bills, that's what the Aam Aadmi Party is promising. The BJP, 30% cut in power bills, and the list goes on. Now, in their aggressive war against the Congress, you can surely see that both the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP are making what many are reading as unrealistic pledges. Now, sample this. The Aam Aadmi Party pledges it will bring Jan Lokpal 15 days after being voted into power. But as per the constitution, only the parliament can make such an amendment to the constitution. Meanwhile, Arvind Kejriwal, like even what Tehseen pointed out, promises free water for households consuming up to 700 litres of water per day. Similarly, subsidies in the past has rendered the Delhi Jal Board virtually bankrupt. Both the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party promises hefty cuts in power bills. Now this, in effect, may result in the Discom going bust. AAP's much touted Swaraj bills, which promises devolution of control over Delhi police, educational and health bodies to state government. Now, this is again an unrealistic promise, as only the parliament can legislate on these issues. Before I go to Rahul, I'd like to bring in our national affairs editor, Javed Ansari, who's with us. You know, Javed, we just went through this list of promises which are made, but can they actually deliver it? Even when you're looking at the Aam Aadmi Party, some of the promises that they are making to the people of Delhi, constitutionally that cannot be done.
Yes, it cannot be done, and this is just to hoodwink people. The Aam Aadmi Party, when it was not a political party, when they were just a movement, they tried to raise the bar and set the standards, and now they are falling prey to almost everything that most political parties are doing. And coming to the BJP and the Congress, I mean, look at this. BJP says we will give statehood. They were in power. The NDA was in power. The BJP was in power in Delhi. It didn't happen. Why didn't it happen then? They will increase the number of cylinders to 12. Why hasn't it happened in BJP ruled states? Why haven't gas cylinders been increased to 12? Then 30% reduction in power tariff. Within 30 days, they'll reduce the prices of essential commodities. All this could have very well been done in the states that Shivraj Singh Chauhan and the others were ruling. So you know, it's very easy. Congress suddenly now discovers that the BRT was all rubbish, which it was from day one. So why wait for now? Why wait for elections?
And all the money,
why wait for having these?
And all the money that went in for the BRT right now. Well, of course, we're going to start from scratch again. I'd like to cut across.
The one question to all political parties is, especially to ones that are in power, Why were they waiting for elections? Why didn't you do all that?
Why were they waiting for elections? Why didn't they do it earlier? But I'd also like to pose a question to Aam Aadmi Party through Mr. Rahul Mehra. You know, Rahul, when Arvind Kejriwal launched and founded this party, there were these promises made. Now, you know, read your own manifesto, Rahul. Don't you yourself reckon that most of it is unconstitutionally undoable? You really can't fulfill these promises.
You know, it's the biggest misinformation campaign by a media channel on your channel right now. And I really, really contest it with all my might. Because you won't give me the chance to deliberate on it, point by point, all the issues that you've raised, and you will jump to the next person from BJP and Congress. I hope you will give me enough time for me to place every point that you have said and demolish all your points by saying that these are unconstitutional.
Now stop whining and make your points.
Now
stop whining and make your points.
Tehseen, I appreciate it if you would hold your peace.
Oh God.
You know, number one, when you say about the electricity, it's not rocket science that we are saying we'll reduce it by 50%. It is the DERC commissioner, where the report is there, it went to the court, and Sheila Dikshit changed the commissioner. You know, the next commissioner was a hand-picked commissioner by Sheila Dikshit. And there is an audit. There is an audit that we have promised, and we have also said that the electricity rates were supposed to be, according to that order by the chairman, were supposed to be reduced by 30%. Subsequently, he ordered 21% reduction.
Combination of it talking about the electricity bill.
And we have said, and
where is the Janlopal's constitutionality about which we were asking him?
And any person who refuses to have the audit, we will scrap the license of that.
Rahul, we are not talking about the electricity. We are not talking about water. I haven't even gotten down to the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party has promised not to give bill to people who consume less than 700 litres of water. Now that's absurd. Many are saying that, but we will come back to you. We're going to slip into a quick break, but before we do this, I'd like to cut across to Ankit Tyagi as well for a quick comment. Ankit Tyagi has been tracking Delhi politics very closely as, of course, standing on the threshold of what is going to be one of the most uncertain elections that Delhi has seen. Ankit, what's the vibe out there? You know, because the latest manifesto released by the BJP promising 30% cut in bills, 50% promised by the Aam Aadmi Party. The voter is not a fool. They are not buying into all of this. They've seen it before.
Preeti, I have been going across almost all the constituencies of Delhi, and the problems everywhere is almost similar. As far as the manifestos of these parties are concerned, more or less they are just their advertisements so that the voters can buy them. It is just a battle of perception. Remember why the Aam Aadmi Party released their manifesto along with the Congress Party's manifesto. Leave around the points, but it is just because they wanted to present themselves as the only alternative to the Congress Party and not the BJP. BJP lagged behind because of 2-3 days. The BJP, on the other hand, has been accused of copying most of the points from the Aam Aadmi Party's manifesto.
Okay.
If you look overall, all of them have been saying almost similar things, but when it comes to basic things like reducing the bill by 50%, or by BJP reducing the bill by 30%, or the Congress claiming that Delhi has got one of the cheapest electricity, they have not cared to explain to the viewers what will be the mechanism of how they will do it. One quick point about water, when you were saying that the Aam Aadmi Party has said that 700 litres of water would be free. Their catch is that they, according to them, if anybody uses more than 700 litres, then they will have to pay for the entire amount that they use. So there are a lot of hidden catches as far as the manifestos are concerned, and the voters would have to actually go in depth to understand which one they choose for.
Appreciate you joining us, Ankit Tyagi, who's been tracking every detail of this election as it unfolds. 4th December is when Delhi goes to vote, and it's just not about the Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP or the Congress. Promises have been made, most unrealistic, some absurd. The BJP today also promising that they're going to make the city bicycle friendly. Well, that was what the Congress intended to do during the Commonwealth Games. There are still bicycles across every nook and corner of the city catching grass. But like I said, there are every party has made promises which they know that they will not be able to keep. We will keep tracking details of this mother of all elections that Delhi has seen. Come 4th December, Delhi goes to vote, and then, of course, it will be out in the open which of these manifestos has worked and what hasn't. For now, appreciate Rahul Mehra from the Aam Aadmi Party for joining us. Tehseen, appreciate you joining us from Pune, our National Affairs Editor. Javed Ansari, thank you there. And Dr. Shambit Patra from the BJP. We wish you well, of course, for December, we'll know, and 8th.